Jim.
From the White House to the steps of the U.S. Capitol, a moment of silence today for the victims of this weekend's tragedy in Tucson. And tonight, reaction from Louisiana's congressional delegation. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for choosing Acadiana's News Channel at 10 tonight. That tragedy, of course, sending shockwaves across the country.
It's also raised concerns for lawmakers in Washington, including Louisiana's delegation. It's our top story tonight. Jim Hummel joins us live in the control room with more. Jim.
Well, we're talking about security concerns. After all, this tragedy played out at a very public event, something routinely attended by politicians.
That is a lie when you read these bills.
We have a very serious situation here.
What are the Americans going to do?
Perhaps one of the most important aspects of politics is staying connected with your constituents, and our delegation realizes how vital that connection is.
That's something I've worked very hard at, and that's not going to change, but certainly we're taking stock of reasonable precautions and security that don't get in the way of that sort of communication.
But in the wake of that assassination attempt, for our lawmakers and others, it's now about striking a balance between accessibility and security. It's probably something that you do very regularly, meeting with constituents. Does this make you backtrack at all and think about your security?
It's not going to make me backtrack at all. I'm looking forward to many meetings coming up that are public. Almost all of our meetings are public, as you know, whether they're here in Washington or back home in Louisiana. But you're always, I guess, mindful in large and small public crowds that these things could happen.
And while our delegation may not always agree on politics, now, in the midst of newfound vulnerability, a united call to stay vigilant.
I've got a family to be concerned about, and my staff, and I'm gonna make sure that we take whatever appropriate steps are necessary, and what steps are recommended by security experts to ensure safety.
And staffers with Congressman Jeff Landrieu also echoed similar sentiments today, and we're told all members of Congress will be briefed about security measures in the coming weeks. We're live in the control room tonight. Jim Hummel, KATC TV3.